Hey, what's up, family? I hope you're doing good. Um, I'm hanging in there. It was Father's Day this past weekend, and it was a little emotional for me. But I had a good time with my kids. I had them last week. That's why I haven't been online as much. Um, and as soon as I got my kids, man, the phone started ringing with work, which is crazy. But I was trying to switch with their mom, but you know, sooner or later I'm gonna have to try and figure this shit out on my own. And yeah, so I'm doing all right. I'm alive. I'm headed to Dallas now on a work trip. One of my clients wants to do a video shoot with some of their clients, some testimonials and things like that. So I got the van, and I'm going to Dallas. Pray for me. Hopefully, she hangs in there. I kind of wanted to talk to you real quick about hunting. Um, I think a lot of us have been sold this idea, and some of this could be true, some of this could not, and 10 years from now, I can look back and say, "Hey, man, I'm full of shit," right? But I think a lot of us were sold this idea of security, especially by the women in our lives. I mean, we care about them and we want to provide for them, and they're the ones that desire security. But in reality, we were meant to take risk as men. Um, you know, Way back when, what we did is, before agriculture and all this stuff like that, what we did was we got up and we hunted, um, and then we ate. And there's something about that that kind of takes us back to, um, the way things used to be. And I'm not saying we need to go back and, hunt and kill, but more of like the way I've been implementing this is fasting in the mornings, and then getting busy with work or going on a run, and then eating afterwards. We're created to take risk, and I think we've become so comfortable and accustomed for things to be the same. Right now, this time in my life, man, everything is up in the air. I was talking to a good friend of mine yesterday, and he said that I'm in free play mode. And I get the ball, and no matter what I do, I'm going to end up in the same spot. So why not just maximize it, right? Go full retard on it. Like this YouTube channel I've been listening to lately. And I think that's kind of like what I need to be doing right now, is just, taking the risks that I need to be taking. I mean, I miss my kids a ton. Nothing's for certain. I don't know how I'm going to pay my mortgage next month, and, all that stuff, right? And I got a ticket on this car, and I have to get it registered, but the person that I bought it from didn't register it to his name, so I had to pay some more money. And then I'm just, and then to try to get insurance, I got a quote on this thing today, and it's like $200 for a 98 Toyota Sienna. And it's just like, everything's uncertain right now, right? Especially for me in this transition with not being with my spouse or my ex, and not seeing my kids as often. What are some of the things that I can do to maximize this time and take some risk, whereas, before I really couldn't. So, sorry. So I think that's kind of, learning to go on hunts, and learning to just find the spark that's inside of me. And I think we all have it, right? We all have the passion inside of us, and it's just, a lot of us, it's just been so routine. We'd rather, freaking rub one out or play a video game and do all this stuff, but we need to feel alive. Like Nacho says, look alive, Nacho, or look alive. But anyways, we need to get back to it. Get back to putting ourselves out there, hunting. And I talked to one of my clients, and she's going through like a really hard time health wise, and she's wanting to share her journey. And I thought about me, the reason for doing this channel, and the reason for posting videos is to document where I'm at, and everything happening. Someone backed into this car last week while I was on set, and just like everything that's going on in my life, and then just seeing where it ends up, right? I'm trying to go with the flow. I'm trying to take action and go on hunts, but I'm also trying to notice when I'm going a certain direction, right, and it's not working out, to notice that that's like, maybe that's not what I'm supposed to be doing, right? And there are some things that I'm fucking stubborn about, like being in the film industry. It's probably something that most people would have called it quits on, but I enjoy this. I enjoy what I do, and I'm gonna try and exhaust all of my resources so I can be able to do this and ride this storm, whatever the fuck this is. Ride this thing out, go on a hunt. And what's crazy too is you got to look back at our lineage, man. 50 or 100 forefathers ago, they were at risk of dying in any moment, and they took the risk. They survived, thankfully, and and now we're here because of that, because of the shit that they sacrificed. We get to live here, right? The shit that my father went through. He left his country when he was 14, 15 years old to come to America, right? He didn't go to any other country. He came to America because he knew that this is the place where it was going to happen. Now, is it the same country as back then? Probably not. But it's still one of the countries that's up there. And even though shit around us is falling apart, that's just a reality of his experience. And then the things that my grandfather experienced, his father, and his father. And the fact that we're here, and we can't let this shit die with us. We can't let this lineage die with us. We gotta keep going. And we come from ancestors, people that went through so many more horrible things than we did. We have to stay the course. We have to continue to move forward. And we can't let it die. And I've been quoting this thing. I think it's from Jordan Peterson. He says that the only way out is through. We have to be able to continue to surround ourselves and lean into the pain, to lean into the discomfort. Because a lot of us, man, we're just way too comfortable. We're way too comfortable with where we're at, with the situation we're in. And if that's, and if that's you and that's your choice, then that's fine. Lock in, right? But don't complain. Don't complain about things if you're not willing to do something to make a change in your life. If you want a different life, make different decisions. And I know sometimes we feel like our back is against the wall. But honestly, man, that's the best place to be. When we're desperate, and that's when we get creative, and that's when we make a change. I hate the shit that happened to me, but man, if I didn't get divorced, I wouldn't have lost 45 pounds. I wouldn't have ran a marathon. I wouldn't be running, close to 900 miles or, 1,200 miles a year or 100 miles a month. Exhausting my body and putting myself in that situation has made me feel powerful, has given me dignity, has given me what I needed, what I was lacking in my marriage, what I was lacking in my relationship as a father. Like, I'm a badass, and so are you. Like, we're created to kick ass and take names, and we forgot how to hunt. We lost the spark inside of us, the passion inside of us. We've been taught to be fucking polite and a good boy. And fuck all that shit. Fuck all that. The world has changed so much because we've allowed it to change. And it hasn't been for the better. It's been for the worse. For the worse. I don't know. I don't have a clear call to action for you to do, but go on a hunt. Skip breakfast and go on a walk and then eat afterwards. Find the spark. Go out and look for work or something. And I'm not just saying so that you can, be more of a cog in this machine, but we gotta keep trying things until something sticks. We gotta keep moving forward until something sticks. We need to go on a hunt. And we need to compete. We need to get back to the things that made us men. Don't give up. Keep moving forward. Yeah, lean into the pain, man. Lean into the discomfort. And I'm giving myself this advice. I'm nervous about this shoot coming up in Dallas. Kind of normalize anxiety in my body. And I don't know how many runs I need to go to fix that, but sometimes, man, I just need to lean into it. I was telling my son, he was struggling with it. His anxiety's been acting up like at night. And the best thing for anxiety for us men is action. Is to make a decision, to move forward, to do something. And that's where it's at. Anyways, I love you, and I hope you're doing well. Go on a hunt. Find that spark. Find that passion. Stop playing small. Take care.